So, hello my dear students, I am Dr. Monica working as Associate Professor in NIET Pharmacy Institute, Greater Noida, which has been affiliated to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam University. I am dealing with the subject Pharmaceutical Microbiology having code BP 303T. Now, in my previous lecture, I was dealing with the identification part. In that lecture, I was telling you about the how to identify, as I have already started with the unit number 2, first topic identification, and in that identification part, you all need to cover, that is various types of identification techniques, in which we will do the direct examination, we will do the staining techniques, even we will do the biochemical tests, that is IMVIC test we will cover in this topic of identification of bacteria. In the previous lecture, I told you about the direct examination, how to directly examine the microorganisms using total wet mount method and hanging drop technique. I told you how to see the live microorganisms without using any of the staining reagent, but if we are going for bright field microscopy, then we have to add staining reagent if the microorganisms are transparent in nature. So, if we have colored microorganism and if we want to see them live under bright field, then those microorganisms, those cells, whatever cells we want to observe, that must be colored. Colored cells can be observed. For direct examination, we go for total wound method and hanging drop technique, and under staining techniques, I told even in my last lecture, that is what actually simple staining is, what is negative staining, what is positive staining, and what is differential staining. So, this lecture mainly focus on the staining techniques. Staining techniques means simple staining I have covered in my previous lecture, but I will mainly focus on the differential staining part. So, staining, what actually staining technique is, why staining is required, as we can't observe transparent cells under the bright field microscopes, the bright field microscopes which are generally available in most of the that is pharmaceutical labs. So, in bright field microorganism that is microscopes, transparent cells can't be observed. So, if we can't be able to see the transparent cells, so it will be difficult to analyze their structure, it will be difficult for analyzing their shapes. So, we require some kind of a staining reagent, we need to color those transparent cells with the help of dyes. That dyes may be basic in nature, that dyes may be acidic in nature, and when we add those dyes, either they will stain the cells or they stain the background, so that cells can be seen using the bright field microscopes. So, simple staining is further divided into two parts, one is positive and second one is negative. Positive indicates that our cells will be colored, whereas our background will be colorless, whereas negative staining indicates that our cells will be transparent, whereas the background will be colored. So, simple staining, that is what is simple staining? Simple staining is a staining technique in which we will just add a single dye to either stain the cells or to stain the background, so that cells can be observed and using a bright field microscope. So, single cell, if we add single staining reagent, then that staining is called simple staining, and in positive staining cells get colored and background is transparent. In negative staining, the cells will be transparent, whereas the background, the whole background, that is the glass slide, will be colored, whereas cells appear transparent. So, now what is differential staining is actually? So, differential staining is the differential staining in what we do in differential staining? We add more than one dye, we add more than one that is staining reagent. In simple staining we were using just a single dye, whereas in differential staining we are going to use more than one dye, more than one that is staining reagent, so that we will be able to differentiate between various type of microorganisms, various types of bacteria. Like we have gram staining technique under differential staining, we have acid fast staining technique under differential staining. Means we will be able to differentiate by single experiment, we will be able to differentiate whether our sample contains gram positive bacteria or whether our sample contains gram negative bacteria. We will be able to differentiate on the in the same experiment whether we have acid fast bacteria, whether we have acid non acid fast bacteria. So differentiation means we have for if we want to differentiate, we have to add more than one dye within the slide. When we are going to do the experiment, we have to add more than one dye, so that we must be able to observe, we must be able to differentiate between gram positive, gram negative bacteria, we must be able to differentiate between acid fast or non acid fast bacteria. So for that we have to add more than one staining reagent. That is why it is known as differential staining. Simple staining, we only use single dye or single staining reagent, whereas in differential staining we always use more than one reagent or more than one staining reagent. So under differential staining, according to your syllabus, what you need to do, you have to cover up the gram staining and you have to cover up the acid fast staining in under differential staining. So first, differential staining. Differential staining is the staining process which use more than one chemical stain, which use more than one chemical reagent, which will use more than one, that is staining reagent. Using multiple stains, we have to add more than one staining reagent within the same analysis. So multiple stains can be better to differentiate between different microorganisms. If we want to differentiate, we have to add multiple stains, we have to add more than one stain within the same specimen, so that we can differentiate between their structure, we can be able to differentiate their cell components. So microorganisms can be differentiating using the staining reagent on the basis of differential staining techniques. So further, under differential staining technique, what you need to cover is, first you need to cover about, that is gram staining, and second you need to cover about the, that is acid fast staining. Now what actually gram staining is? Gram staining is the staining which will differentiate between gram positive and gram negative bacteria. But how it is going to differentiate between gram positive and gram negative bacteria? Actually the cellular components, the cell structure, the agents present within the cell of gram positive and gram negative, the lipidic layers present within the cells of gram positive or gram negative, that varies depending upon their cellular components. The variation in their structure, the variation in their chemical composition will give rise to the gram staining techniques. Now how gram positive bacteria and gram negative bacteria differs, and what is the main difference in their cell components? So gram positive bacteria, as you can see in this table, that here we have gram positive bacteria, here is gram negative. Now what is the difference between their cellular components? Like peptidoglycan layer. In case of gram positive bacteria, the peptidoglycan layer is thick. They have, gram positive bacteria have thick peptidoglycan layer, whereas gram negative bacteria have thin or single layered peptidoglycan layer. And whereas if we talk about teichoic acid component, that is present within gram positive bacteria but absent in gram negative bacteria. Next, periplasmic space. Periplasmic space is absent in case of gram positive, whereas it is present in case of gram negative bacteria. Lipopolysaccharide content, that is lipid content, is less in case of gram positive bacteria, whereas it is high in case of gram negative bacteria. Similarly, lipid and lipoprotein content in case of gram positive bacteria is very low, whereas in case of gram negative bacteria it is very high. Resistance to physical disruption is low in case of gram positive bacteria, whereas it is high in case of gram negative bacteria. Inhibition by basic dye is low in gram positive, whereas high in gram negative. Susceptibility to anionic detergent, low in case of gram positive, whereas high in case of gram negative. Resistance to drying, low in case of gram positive, whereas high in case of gram negative. Gram reactions, this is the main reaction which deals with the, which gives us the gave rise to the gram staining techniques, that based on these chemical compositions, the variation in their chemical compositions like peptidoglycan layer, like lipidic content, like the lipopolysaccharide content. So based on these contents, the variation in the contents of gram positive and gram negative bacteria gave rise to the gram staining techniques. Now what was gram staining techniques? Based on these variations in their components, those some staining reagents were discovered, those staining reagents which can stain gram positive or gram negative bacteria. Those staining reagents were generated, and these staining reagents were tried to be added within the same mechanism so that we can differentiate between gram positive and gram negative and bacteria. Now how this procedure happened? After studying the structural differences between gram positive and gram negative bacteria, the scientist named Hans Christian Gram. Hans Christian Gram was the scientist who discovered the procedure of that is differential staining, that in which we can differentiate between gram positive and gram negative bacteria. So this was the main staining technique. Now what was the staining technique in this? How we will go for gram staining techniques. In gram staining technique, what we are going to do first, what you have to do is you have to take the slide. We will take the slide, we will take the culture in which we want to differentiate between gram positive and gram negative bacteria. What we are going to do, we will take that culture in which we want to find whether it contains gram positive bacteria or whether it contains gram negative bacteria. We will take that culture sample. Second, we need slide. That glass slide must be sterile in nature. There should be no microorganism, there should be no contamination before. So first step what you need to do, first step what you need to do is you have to take a glass slide. You will put the bacterial suspension. As I told, you can't use the condensed sample, you can't use the sample which are highly condensed, concentrated. You have to first dilute those samples in which you want to analyze whether it contains gram positive or gram negative bacteria. You have to make a bacterial suspension, you have to make a dilution of that sample. Once you have made the dilution, you have diluted the sample, what you are going to do, you will take the slide. On the slide what you are going to do, you will add that sample of microorganism which you want to find out, those bacteria which you want to find out whether they are gram positive or whether they are gram negative. Place that sample of bacterial suspension on the slide. Once you have placed that slide, you will spread those suspension, that drop of microorganisms which you have put on the slide, you will have to spread that with the help of some glass rod, or with the help of inoculating loop. What you can do, you can spread that culture over the slide. Once you have spread that culture, what you need to do, next step, you have to heat fix that microorganism. The microorganism you want to analyze, you have to put those microorganisms on the glass slide, spread it. After spreading, what you need to do, you have to heat fix, you have to dry. Begin with heat fixing. You have to heat fix those bacteria, whatever bacteria are, whatever cells are there on the slide, those cells have to be fixed onto the slide with the help of flame. We will do the flaming. By flaming we will heat fix the microorganism, the sample of species, the sample of bacteria over the slide. And once you have fixed the bacteria, what you need to do, you have to add the primary reagent. First heat fix, second you need to add the crystal violet. Crystal violet is the primary reagent, the primary stain which you need to add onto the slide, and crystal violet is always violet in color. These are the bacteria. Once you will put the crystal violet over the slide, those bacteria will absorb that crystal violet reagent and those bacteria will appear violet in nature. After that, in the third step, what you need to do, you have to add iodine. Iodine will be added onto the same slide on which you have added the crystal violet. Once iodine has been added, what iodine will do, it will get absorbed within the cell and it will prepare CVI complex, that is crystal violet iodine complex within the slide. After, under step number 4, what you have to do, you have to wash with alcohol. We will wash the slide with the help of alcohol, and what will happen, if we have gram negative bacteria, the primary stain will get removed from the cells, and if we have gram positive bacteria, the stain remain as it is. The CVI complex, crystal violet iodine complex, will remain within the cells. Step 5, you will add the counter stain. When we add the secondary stain will get absorbed within the gram negative bacteria, but it will not impact the gram positive bacteria. So, what we have done in this case, first there are mainly 4 steps. In 4 steps this procedure has to be performed. First step is in which you have to heat fix the smear. You will add the bacterial suspension, you will heat fix it, and after that first reagent which you need to add is primary reagent. That primary reagent is crystal violet. Crystal violet will make the cells colored and that cells will appear violet in nature. And after that, once you have added crystal violet, second reagent you need to add is iodine. First crystal violet, second iodine reagent need to be added, and once you have added the iodine reagent, it will make a CVI complex, crystal violet iodine complex within the cells, and after that adding iodine, next reagent need to be added is alcohol. Alcohol will act as a decolorizer only for the gram negative bacteria. It will not act as a decolorizer for the gram positive bacteria, because gram positive bacteria have thick black peptidoglycan layer, just because of which the primary stain remain absorbed within the cells. Whereas in gram negative, the alcohol will wash the primary reagent and it will retain the secondary stain. So, that means gram positive bacteria at the end of the procedure, when you will observe under microscope, what you will see, if you are seeing the that is pink color species, that means they are gram negative, and if we are observing violet color species, that means your species are gram positive. So, this is the main procedure how we go for gram staining technique, how to differentiate between gram positive and gram negative. This is the first step when we have heat fixed the microorganism. As we have heat fixed, the cell wall remains clear in all the cases, whether we have gram positive bacteria, whether we have gram negative. In both the cases, the effect on cell, the cell structure remain colorless, but in case of second, when you have added the crystal violet, both will stain, whether it is gram positive or gram negative, both will stain with the crystal violet. In the next step, when we are adding iodine will get entrapped within the cells. It will make CVI complex, that is known as crystal violet iodine complex. It will retain within the that is both the cells. After that, when we will wash with the alcohol, what will happen? The crystal violet iodine structure is washed out of the thin peptidoglycan layer, as the gram negative bacteria have thin peptidoglycan layer. So, it will wash from this layer of gram negative bacteria. So, primary stain will get removed from the gram negative bacteria, whereas it will retain within the gram positive bacteria. After that, when we will add the secondary stain, in case of gram positive, it will remain as it is, it will retain the CVI complex, whereas in gram negative bacteria, as we washed it with alcohol, the primary stain will get removed out and it will retain the secondary stain, that is pink. So, your gram positive bacteria will appear violet in color, whereas gram negative bacteria will appear pink in color. So, in this way, when you will observe under microscope, you will observe gram positive bacteria like this, and these are gram negative, which retain primary stain are gram positive, and which will retain that is secondary stain are gram negative bacteria. On the same grounds, we can also go for the acid fast staining, that is Ziehl-Neelsen staining. Why we call it as Ziehl-Neelsen? Because the scientist Ziehl-Neelsen that has worked on this technique to differentiate between acid fast and non-acid fast microorganism. Now, what we mean by acid fastness? Now, acid fastness is a physical property. Acid fastness is a physical property of certain bacteria and eukaryotic cells. Few bacteria and eukaryotic cells have a physical property that what is that physical property? That they resist the decolorization by alcoholic acids. They will not get decolorized when we wash them with acidic alcohol. They will not get decolorized. They will not remove, the primary stain will not get removed from the cells of acid fast microorganisms, because acid will have no effect on the cells of the cells which have absorbed the primary stain. That means they will resist to decolorize by acid during laboratory staining procedure. Once stained as part of sample, once we have stained our cells with the help of that is first reagent, that is primary reagent, they will absorb the primary reagent, and the primary reagent will not be washed out in case of acid fast microorganisms when we will wash it with the acidic ethanol decolorization procedure. So, acid fast microorganisms are the microorganisms which will retain the primary stains and will not allow any decolorization with the help of that is decolorizing agents like acidic alcohol. Whereas non-acid fast microorganisms are the microorganisms which will be affected, which will get decolorized. They will decolorize when we wash them with the help of acidic alcohol. So, the mechanism of acid fastness vary from species to species, although most well known example is in the genus Mycobacterium. Mycobacterium are the species which are actually the acid fast microorganism, and Nocardia is one of the species which is acid fast. Acid fast means they will not get decolorized with the after washing with the acidic alcohol. As you can see in the slide, that same procedure as we followed in case of gram staining, same procedures will be followed in this case also, but in this case we will not add any of the mordant like iodine complex, iodine reagent, but this is a 3-step procedure. 3 reagents will be used. In gram staining we were using 4 reagent, whereas in case of acid fast staining what you need to do, you need to add only 3 reagents. Now what are those 3 reagents are? First reagent is carbolfuchsin, second reagent is acidic alcohol, and third reagent is your methylene blue. So, 3 reagents will be added, whereas if we see gram positive gram staining, in gram staining we were using 4 reagent. One was crystal violet, second one was that is iodine, third we added alcohol, and fourth we added that is secondary stain, that is safranin. Whereas in acid fast staining we only add 3 reagent. One is primary stain will be carbolfuchsin. So, that is second we will add the decolorizing agent, that is acidic alcohol will be used, and third reagent we will add, that is third is your secondary stain, that will be methylene blue in this case. So, what you need to do first, same procedure will be followed. What you need to do, you have to take the slide, you have to put on the drop of bacterial suspension which you need to analyze whether those bacteria are acid fast or whether those bacteria are non-acid fast. What you need to do, take that slide, put that smear of bacteria which you want to analyze. After putting that smear of bacteria, you have to add the staining reagent. Now, first staining reagent, as I am telling, carbolfuchsin is pink in or lighter reddish in color. So, staining reagent will primary stain will stain all the microorganisms, whether all bacteria, whether they are acid fast or whether they are non-acid fast. So, primary stain will get absorbed within both type of microorganism, acid fast as well as non-acid fast, and you have to even heat at 60 degree centigrade. For 60 degree centigrade we have to heat the slide so that whole of the reagent, the primary stain get absorbed within the cells. After that you have to wash it with 3% acidic alcohol. 3% acidic alcohol will be added to the slide in which we have added the bacterial suspension along with the primary reagent. In that we will add some of the acidic alcohol, we will wash it with the acidic alcohol. Now, what will happen? The acidic alcohol will get removed from the non-acid fast bacteria, but it will retain within the acid fast bacteria. Acid fast bacteria will not be affected by the decolorizing agent, they will resist the decolorization process. So, that is why it will retain the primary reagent, whereas the non-acid fast microorganism, non-acid fast bacteria will get decolorized after adding the acidic alcohol after washing it with acetic alcohol. The main reason is the again the structure of the cells. Whatever this that is acid fast bacteria are, acid fast bacteria have mycolic acid, acid fast bacteria have peptidoglycan, lipidic, high lipidic content, due to which the primary stain will retain within the acid fast, whereas they will get non-acid fast will get decolorized. As you can see in this diagram, the primary stain will retain throughout. In case of acid fast bacteria, mycobacteria is a acid fast bacteria, the primary stain retains from first step till the last step. That is, the acid fast will retain the primary stain, whereas the non-acid fast will get, as you can see in this cells, this is the primary stain within the layer of the non-acid fast, but once you have washed them with the help of alcoholic acidic alcohol, they will get decolorized. Non-acid fast get decolorized, whereas the acid fast retain the primary stains. And next step, when you will wash with the help of acidic alcohol, you have to add the methylene blue. Methylene blue is your secondary stain. What secondary stain will do? It will not impact the acid fast microorganisms, whereas it will get absorbed within the non-acid fast bacteria. Non-acid fast bacteria are highly get affected by the decolorizing process. So, as they got decolorized with the help of decolorizing agent alcoholic acidic alcohol, so once they have got decolorized, they will retain the secondary stain. So, these blue color microorganisms will be non-acid fast in nature. So, as in this, after that what you have to do, you have to air dry the sample, you have to observe under the microscope, and under microscope if you see that microorganisms are pink in color, then that means they are acid fast, and if you see that the microorganisms are blue in color, that means that means your microorganisms are non-acid fast. So, in this way we are able to differentiate between acid fast microorganisms and non-acid fast microorganisms by performing a Ziehl-Neelsen technique, and even we can differentiate between gram positive and gram negative bacteria using the gram staining procedures. So, this is all about the identification part. In identification part, we mainly covered up that is, we will deal in the next lecture. I will like to cover up the biochemical test for analysis purpose, but and the starting part of identification was, that is, how to identify the live cultures. Live cultures are always being identified using wet mount technique and hanging drop technique. Direct analysis, direct examination we can do using that is wet mount technique, and second one was hanging drop technique. We directly place our sample onto the slide and directly observe under the microscope without adding any of the staining reagents. We just observe live cultures using those that is techniques. Directly we will put them and we will be able to see the live cells, whereas in case of staining techniques, when we are going to add some of the dyes within the sample, what they are going to do, your cultures will be not be live, as we are doing heat fixing. Even after adding our microorganism, we have to dry our samples, we have to heat fix them with the help of flame. So, once we have heat fixed and we are going to add any of the dyes within the samples, staining reagents we are going to add. So, we are not observing any of the live cultures, the microorganisms will be dead, they will be fixed onto the slide, and after that after fixing we will add that staining reagent, so that those staining reagents can get absorbed within the cells, and after they have absorbed within the cells will become colored, and those colored cells can be seen under bright field microscopes. Those colored cells can be observed, we can easily observe their shapes, we can easily observe their structure of the microorganisms using that staining techniques by adding some of the reagents within the samples. And I told you that staining technique are further divided into two parts. One is simple staining, second one is differential staining. In simple staining, I told you about the difference between positive staining and negative staining. In simple staining, we only add single reagent into the slide, and single reagent either colors the structure, cell structure, or it will color the background. If it colors the cell structure, then it is positive staining, and if it makes the cells are observed transparent and background get colors, then it is a negative staining. Positive, I told you about the difference between positive and negative staining. After that, I told you about differential staining, how we can differentiate between species like gram positive, gram negative, acid fast and non-acid fast. So, gram positive and gram negative was given by Graham Christian, and within the same procedure we will be able to, after adding more than one reagent, after adding more than one staining reagent, we can easily differentiate between gram positive and gram negative bacteria within the same procedure. And similarly, Ziehl-Neelsen gave the acid fast staining, and by adding more than one reagents, like that is primary reagent was carbolphucin, secondary reagent was methylene blue. Using two dyes within the same procedure, we can differentiate between acid fast and non-acid fast. So, this was all about the today's lecture, that is staining techniques. In the next lecture, I will like to focus mainly on the part of that is biochemical analysis, the biochemicals which are being generated by the bacteria, and those biochemicals we can analyze with the help of various mechanisms, various reagents. So, mainly the reference I always prefer, that is if you have to go for experimental part, this KR-Aneja will be used. So, mainly experiments can be followed up from the KR-Aneja. So, this is all about the identification. Thank you so much.